Okay, so in today's video about QNT, I want to check out this part of the price action specifically and tell you why I believe soon we might see a move on the upside. However, that move may not be the bullish sign that we all expect it to be. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones. And before we start today's analysis on QNT, I need to tell you that in about a couple of hours, I'm going to put a video out for my members and I'm going to answer all of their questions. So if you have a specific altcoin that you want me to do an analysis on it, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. If you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. Let's get on with our video and see what is happening. So why do I say we might see a move on the upside in here? For two very important reasons. Number one, in terms of classic TA, meaning support and resistances, we are now around the lower band of this very important region, and I think we might even maybe temporarily get some sort of a rejection from it. Now, the second reason comes down to Elliott waves, and I believe there's a decent chance. Let's actually go on 15-minute chart so we can see the waves a bit better. There we go. We are having, in my opinion, starting from this point, 5 wave down into a wave 1, correction for wave 2, and followed by that, I would say probably this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down into wave 3, correction for 4 to about here, another move on the downside into wave 5. And here's the question: what is going to happen after a 5 wave down? If you are a regular viewer, you know the answer: a move on the upside. This is a very important reason for why I believe in the short term in QNT we can definitely expect a move up. And in terms of the targets, well, okay, you see, when this move down happened, it was a bit too fast, and right around here, we created a very clear gap, which is from H4 time frame between $115 to about $117. So if we're gonna have a move up in QNT, I'm thinking that area can definitely be a likely target for it. But here is the deal: I don't really think that this move up is going to be that much of a bullish sign. Why is that? Because it's happening after a 5 wave down, and according to Elliott waves, this move on the upside might be a correction structure and not an impulsive movement. And after it's over, who knows, maybe we are going to get a continuation of our move down in order to take this low down here about, let's say, $100. Do we have some other reasons to believe this move up may not be necessarily a bullish sign? Yes, you see, if you are a new viewer, you should know that if you want to argue in terms of Elliott waves, we're going to have our final bottom around here. Maybe this is like a very important support. Okay, we must be able to find off of the lowest low a 5 wave on the upside. This specific example is a normal 5 wave. Rules for it are: we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of impulsive structure, wave 3 should not be the smallest wave. And for our sub waves, 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. Let's change the colors. There we go. And for wave 2 and 4, we can have different scenarios. Let's say ABC into 4 and a WXY into wave 2. Understood? Okay. Now let's go on the live charts and see what is happening and why am I in like very short time in QNT not really optimistic based on the recent move on the downside. In the previous videos, I was saying, well, okay, this can be, let's actually go on 30-minute time frame, do this, okay, 5 wave up into a wave 1, correction for wave 2, and we can get a big move up into wave 3, 4, 5, and this is going to be also another 1 and a 2, but on a higher degree relative to this one right in here. And the idea was that this move up is going to be into a larger degree wave 3 into 4 into 5, and then so on and so forth. However, in the recent move down in QNT, if I just zoom in a bit more, there we go. What happened? As you can see, we took this low and also, more importantly, this one right in here about, let's say, $102.50. So why does this matter a whole lot? That's because now finding an impulse in this region is going to be a bit challenging, and we can argue instead of an impulsive movement, we may have an A, B, C flat structure, which the subways for it are going to be like this. Let's just do this, okay? ABC up into A, ABC down, or maybe a WXY, doesn't really matter, into our wave B, and a 5 wave on the upside into our C leg. let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. Okay, so this can be, if I just take this one, ABC up, let's just delete this 5 wave, followed by that ABC down and another 5 wave on the upside. And well, okay, on a higher degree, this might indeed be an ABC zigzag, and chances of it actually got higher when, you know it, in this move, we actually took these two important lows. So what's the conclusion in here? For now, trading wise, at least, QNT is not really going to be on my watch list. Why is that? For the simple reason of we just have better charts out there, that their structures, for me at least, look much more clear relative to what we are having at the moment in this phase in quant. And as long as we are not going to take the lowest low down here about, let's say, $95, for me at least, it is going to remain that way, and I'm just not going to touch quant. This doesn't mean that I'm thinking about selling my QNTs. Absolutely not. I am an investor and I hold my tokens until we get a massive bull run. I'm just saying, trading wise in the short term, I don't think that this is the ideal choice. Otherwise, we are 1000% bullish in QNT in midterm, and I fully believe that we are having, if I just do this, in this move up by wave into a wave one, this whole move down, no matter what's going to happen in this region, in my opinion, is a correction for wave two. And after it's over, well, we are going to get a massive move up into wave 3, 4, 5. And who knows, maybe even just in this phase, we are going to set an all-time high and take the highest side around $450. And at that point, this white 5 wave up, you know it, it's probably going to be into this larger degree wave 3 and then 4 and then 5. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. In terms of mid to long term structures, there is just nothing to be worried about in QNT, and I fully believe that this is a magnificent bullish setup. However, in the short term, the story is a bit different. You see, now we can say, well, okay, because we have taken this low, this might be indeed an ABC flat, and well, okay, because of it, we can actually have another move on the downside in order to take the lowest low down here about $95.5. Does this mean that it has to happen? Absolutely not. There is no certainty in any market, and we just cannot say anything for sure. The point that I'm trying to make is this: at the moment, because in QNT in this phase, we have taken these two lows, I'm going to argue if you are looking for some long opportunities, there are better charts out there relative to this thing. Now, here's a very important point. If we do actually get a move down, and in that move, we take this low in QNT and maybe reach to about the higher band of this very important support area around, let's say, $80-$85. At that point, I am going to start seriously thinking about opening some long positions. Why is that? I talked about it in the previous videos, and if you haven't watched it, here is a quick summary for you. In a trade for the short term, for me personally, what really matters is the risk to reward ratio. And let's say, well, okay, we are going to soon reach to about $80 area. I'm going to go long in here. Where's going to be my stop loss? Under this low down here about, let's say, $55. So in other words, I'm going to have, let's say, about a $30 stop loss. And what's my target? I'm telling you, the minimum one, the bare minimum one is going to be right around the previous high, about $175, $180. So basically, I'm going to have a minimum risk to reward ratio of about 1 to 3, which for me is fantastic. So you see, if we get to here, this is going to be a fantastic long opportunity for QNT in hope that we get the next phase of the bull run. However, for now, and as long as at least we're not taking the low slowdown here, I'm not really going to think about opening some longs in here in QNT. And this doesn't mean that overall I am bearish. Absolutely not. I will not sell my QNT tokens unless we get a massive bull run. But in the short term, the story, like I told you, can be a bit different. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Quant's price chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.